What's up everyone, it's Mikey B here once again, and in this episode we're going to be talking about the units, the unit sizes, details and general stuff to do with the units in Rome 2, including the cavalry and the morale system. So basically I'm going to start off talking about the ranged and missile units, and all the information in this video is based on a Q&A session with Jack Lusted, who is a Creative Assembly staff member on the Total War forums. So let's get started then. So to start off with, the missile and ranged units have all been adapted to different roles on the battlefield. So that's archers, javelins and slingers all have different pros and cons to each of them. Instead of in the first Rome Total War, you would pick archers usually over anything else, over slingers, and you'd only bring something like slingers along if you only had a certain amount of money to afford them. Alright, so archers have a fast fire rate, they have good range and good damage, but they have very little effect against armor because they have pretty bad armor piercing abilities, so they struggle more against armored units. Javelins are short range but do very high damage and can hurt anyone. Slingers have the longest range and a lot of ammo, but their weakness is low damage, but they can do at least a little bit of damage to everything. And even being under fire by slingers, if you had a group of slingers just throwing rocks at a unit, they get a massive morale penalty, the unit that's being fired upon, and it could contribute to a unit routing. Also, having units inside a forest or woodland gives them protection and also can hide them, giving your ranged and missile units an edge, possibly to ambush the enemy. So if they tried to fire missiles at you, the tree line could block the arrows from getting through. Another cool piece of information that I'm sure that you'll all like is the fact that all cavalry units can be dismounted. So it means these guys can be on foot and kick people's asses, which I want to check out so badly. And this will be accessible the same way that the Shogun 2 unit could dismount, as a unit ability or on the toolbar, so it's going to be quite easy to do. And also, another cool thing is that if the enemy, well actually I think it might be a little bit frustrating thing now I'm thinking about it, but if the enemy get to your horses while the unit is dismounted, the horses will run away scared and your units will never be able to mount up again. So that's interesting. Another cool piece of information is that chariots and elephants will have to be controlled with care, otherwise they could end up doing massive damage to your own troops. So you can't bring chariots or elephants through your lines like you could in the first Rome Total War, because it will actually hurt or kill your own men doing so. And I'd imagine that would mean getting stomped on by an elephant, so not very fun. And another piece of information I've got for you is about special units in Rome 2. The question that the person asked was, will there be any special units in the game like in Rome 1? And the reply was, there's druidic nobles, berserkers, royal Spartans, falksmen, war dogs, Indian armoured elephants, scythe chariots and more. And he says there's no shortage of special units in the game. So that is pretty cool. I can't wait to actually check out what the Royal Spartans look like either. So here on screen is a infographic that I made about the unit sizes compared to the settings that you choose between huge, large, medium and small unit scale, and I thought it was a bit too complicated or confusing for me to have to explain each one, so I hope you find that easy to understand. If you have any questions about it, leave them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. So that's all the information I have for you today. Remember to leave a rating and subscribe for Rome 2 content. I have got a bunch of ideas to do when the game comes out, and I'm sure you'll all enjoy it. I can't really explain what they are without spoiling it, but stay tuned and I'll see you then. Bye bye.